welcome to the Netherlands. What you can see behind is the Koperen Plas, just outside Zwolle. The lake's around 18 to 20 acres. It has, give or take, 350 to 400 fish, topping around 58 pounds. So that's what's in the lake. It's quite a deep lake. Average is around 25 to 30 foot, the deepest around 55 to 60 foot, so there's a lot of water body there. For the time of year, it's end of October, it's coming to November now, so it might be a bit of a challenge. I've set myself here to try and catch. I have been and fished in Holland before, but only on the canal, so my current Dutch PB is £33 common. So that's what I'm hoping to try and beat here. And I came across this venue, this lake, on the Carp specialist website, and you can see the actual, what was a water tower behind. They've converted it into a hotel, like quite a posh 4-star hotel. Right at the top's a restaurant and that. And you see the pictures. It's all lit up green at night. You'll see some on the vlog. And it looks, quite iconic shots, and some of the fish, they're absolutely lovely. Dark commons and dark mirrors. And it only opened up to carp fishing in 2016. It used to be a golf course. I'm really hopeful that try and catch a fish from here this week. I arrived yesterday, Friday. There's different ways you can book the lake. If you go on the Carp specialist website, you can have a look. There's 4 different ways. You can book a weekend, Friday to Monday. You can book Monday to Friday, midweek, or you can do a week, which can either be Friday to Friday or Monday to Monday. So I've booked Friday to Friday. I'm in swim 5 in the centre of the lake. 8 swims, there was 8 swims, one's been closed. Swim 3's been closed, so there's now 6 double swims and 1 single swim at the end, swim 8. So I'm in a double swim, but you can pay a slight supplement. You can book any of the swims as a single, so you just need to go on the website and you can have a look at which swims are available for which week. And yeah, so like I say, I arrived yesterday lunchtime, got taken through the rules. They've got like a topography of the lake with all the depths and that, and give you an idea pointer of which spots and areas to look at for your swim. So for me, there's a helipad opposite, and that's one of the key areas or hot spots to sort of fish, is to put a rod or 2 rods on that helipad in and around that. It's around 6 to 10 foot, real close in, and then it slopes down the further you come out from the helipad, and it just depends on where you want to fish, and you might want to move your rods throughout the week closer or further out, depending on what action you may or may not be having. And then your baiting strategy, again, it will depend on the time of year as to how you bait up. So initially I put 1 rod on the helipad. I then put 1 slightly off to my left behind my shoulder, probably about 30 yards off. I see a bit of a hole. It's around 20-25 feet from what the fish finder was telling me, off there, and then it went into a bit of a dip of about 30 foot, and it was fish popping up in and around the area. I don't know if it's accurate, but that's what I went on, so I dropped a rod on there and put a few handfuls of boilies in. I've not gone over the top. It's the end of October, it's slowing up. There wasn't a lot of fish caught last week. I think 8 in total for the whole week. 4 from swim 4 next door, 2 from swim 1 and 2. So going on that basis, that information, I didn't want to be going in too heavy. And the same on the helipad spot. I just literally put a few handfuls of boilies and pellets in, and just dropped a rig down on that. And then I've got one just to my left, just down in the margin, in about 12-13 foot. It's all gravelly in the margin, then it slopes off about 2 foot 3 rod lengths out, and it starts going sort of sandy. It's a sand pit as well, I should mention, so hence the depths really. I think generally find most sand pits are deep. But nothing occurred during the night, and then this morning around 8 and 9 o'clock I see 3 shows. I see quite a good fish show to the left of the boundary of the swim, and then another one maybe 15-20 minutes later straight out towards the helipad, then another one 15-20 minutes later to the right of the helipad, sort of straight out in front of the swim, 3/4 of the way across, around to 80 to 100 yards. So I decided to wind in the 2 long rods, and I'll just attach some chods and chuck the chods out to them just to see what would happen for the day. So what I'm going to do in a moment, for the evening ahead, is I'm going to go out there in the boat and have a recce that area, see what I can find, and maybe drop a rod or 2 in that area. I may stick one on the helipad and one short either side, sort of thing, where the fish showed. I'll see what I find. £39 of Dutch carp. This is why we're coming to Koperen Plas. Is that an absolute stunning mirror or what? Beautiful, beautiful fish. Good fight.
Yeah, I prefer a carp myself. Don't like that deep water right in the margin. Went absolutely crazy. What a beast.
Yeah. End of October, freezing cold, fish still feeding. There we are, one nice chunky Dutch mid-30 carp. It's the second from our spot now for me and Danny, so I'm hoping things might improve, although we've only got 24 hours left. But this is the second from the same area or the same spot that we've had the bite from now. Danny's was yesterday lunchtime, this one first thing this morning. So I'm hoping either they're starting visiting the spot or we've got the rigs and tactics right at last, so maybe we can nick 1 or 2 more. But I'd say it's absolutely bloody freezing. It's about -2 this morning and the wind and mist just blowing into the bivvies. Didn't really want to get out, to be honest, but it's a lovely chunky mirror, isn't it? That's what we come here for. So on the bait front, as you can see, we use pellets and complex T whole and crumbed up, broken up boilies on 2 of the 3 rods, and then also use their particle mix and hemp they sell in the pavilion on site. So I mixed that all up with the pellet and boilie on the helipad spot. And so everyone's aware, you can only use either the particles that they sell on the shop or ready-made commercial particles like dynamite. You can't bring your own or have home use particles. You must use commercial or their own. So that's what we used on the bait for this trip. So regarding the facilities on the lake, there's obviously the lovely pavilion when you get there. Within the pavilion, obviously they'll serve you hot and cold drinks. Any food that you order is made up in the hotel and brought down to the pavilion. You can eat it in the pavilion, or they'll bring it round in a golf cart to your swim, so you don't have to wind in or anything. And also in the pavilion there is toilets. There's a ladies and gents toilets and 2 showers, but just note that pavilion is only open 9 till 5. There is an outside toilet and sink available, and worst case you can always use the toilets in the hotel reception.